Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fleet Command as we continue on with the reference materials today with the French aircraft, starting with the Raphael M. Raphael M, publication Jane's Fighting Ships Section, Shipborne Aircraft, Country, France, titled Dassault Aviation, ACM Raphael M, role air defense with some air-to-ground capabilities. Specifications, operational speed Mach 2, service ceiling 50,000 feet, range 1,800 nautical miles. Weapons, armament, weapons, 30mm cannon, 8 air-to-air missiles, any combination of Matra, Mika, EM, medium range, and Magic 2 short range, SU-0. Mika IR air-to-air missile, Matra Apache weapon dispenser, and AS-30L laser-guided standoff air-to-surface missile, SU-1. ASMP nuclear air-to-surface missile, Matra Scalp standoff precision guided air-to-surface missile, AASM General Use Standoff Modular ASM, and AM-39 ANF anti-ship missiles SU-2, up to 8 tons of weapon load, limited to 6 tons for carrier operations. I assume the S0, S1, S2 is the tranche. I don't know what SU stands for, but this evolution of what it can carry seems pretty consistent with, tranche 0 is air defense, Tranche 1 has some ground attack, and Tranche 2 has a lot more I can't speak today. Has a lot more anti-surface capability. So here we can see a photo of one landing on presumably the Charles de Gaulle. And here is the in-game model. Superétendard, publication Jane's Fighting Ships, section Shipborne Aircraft, Country, France, title Superétendard, role carrier-borne strike fighter with limited air defense role with nuclear strike. Specifications, operational speed Mach 1, service ceiling 45,000 feet, range 920 nautical miles. Armament and electronics, weapons, strike 1 aerospatial ASMP standoff weapon, range 300 kilometers, nuclear warhead. 1 AM-39 Exocet anti-ship missile, self-defense 2 Magic air-to-air missiles, 2 30mm cannons, also a modernized aircraft, AS-30L laser-guided standoff air-to-surface missile, and GBU-12 laser-guided bombs. Sensors, Agave multimode radar and ECM, modernized aircraft, Anemone radar, Sagam UAT-90 computer, Sherlock ESM, Barracuda jammer, Elkin flare dispenser, and FLIR pod. Here we can see a picture of one taking off from a French carrier, maybe not necessarily the Charles de Gaulle. And here is the 3D model. Jaguar, publication Jane's Aircraft Upgrades, section Aircraft Fixed Wing Military, country International, title Sepacat Jaguar. Type, single-seat tactical support aircraft and 2-seat operational advanced trainer. Specifications, length 55 feet 2.5 inches, height 16 feet 0.5 inches, wingspan 28 feet 6 inches, max takeoff weight 34,612 pounds, max wing load 133 pounds per square foot, max level speed 917 knots at 36,000 feet, takeoff run 1,855 feet, landing run 2,230 feet, design G limits plus 8.6, and plus 12 ultimate. Attack radius 460 nautical miles. Armament, guns, 2 30mm Adden or Defa 553 cannons. Typical loads include 1 Martel AS-37 anti-radar missile, 8 1,000-pound bombs, various combinations of free fall and retarded bombs, hunting BL-755 or Beluga cluster bombs, Matra R-550 magic missiles, air-to-surface rockets, including the 68mm SNEB rocket. Here we can see a nice color photograph of one maneuvering in air. And here is the 3D model. And if memory serves, the Jaguar has the distinction of being one of the only, if not the only, aircraft to be able to have weapons fitted above its wings. And I think I might have gone over that in the Jane's Fighters Anthology when I did the Wikipedia series, essentially, on that. E3 Sentry, publication Jane's Aircraft Upgrades, section Aircraft Fixed Wing Military, country France, title E3 Sentry, E3F, System de Detection Aeroporte. Type mobile, flexible, survivable, jamming resistant, high capacity radar station and command, control, and communication center. Airborne warning and control system. AWACS. Specifications: power plant, 4 TF33 PW100/100A turbofans, each rated at 93.4 kilonewtons or 21,000 pounds thrust. Length 152 feet 11 inches, height 41 feet 9 inches, wingspan 145 feet 9 inches, max takeoff weight 332,500 pounds, max level speed 460 knots, service ceiling over 29,000 feet, endurance on station 6 hours, 870 nautical miles from base. Avionics: AN APY-2 surveillance radar, IFF TADL C antenna, and radomes. Here we can see a photograph of a NATO-operated E3 Sentry, which would be an E3A model. And here is the in-game model. E2 Hawkeye. Publication: Jane's All the World's Aircraft. Section: Aircraft, Fixed Wing Military. Country: France. Title: E2C Hawkeye. Role: AEW in direction of air defense and strike operations. Specifications: operational speed 320 knots, service ceiling 37,000 feet, max range 1,541 nautical miles. Armament and electronics: weapons, unarmed, sensors, APS-145, ESM, ALR-73 passive detection system, ALQ-108 airborne tactical data system with links 11 and 16. Here we can see a U.S. Navy E-2 Hawkeye in flight. And here is the 3D model. Not sure I ever noticed that intake before in the center there. I wonder if that's for bringing air in for cooling the electronic system maybe, or perhaps powering a generator for additional onboard power. Atlantique Mark II. Publication: Jane's Fighting Ships. Section: Land-Based Maritime Aircraft. Country: France. Title: Atlantique Mark II. Role: Maritime Reconnaissance, ASW, ASV, Commons, and Eland. Specifications: operational speed 355 knots, service ceiling 32,800 feet. Range: 8 hours patrol at 1,000 nautical miles from base, 4 hours patrol at 1,500 nautical miles from base. Armament and electronics: weapons, 2 AIM-39 Exocet air-to-surface missiles or up to 8 lightweight torpedoes, Mark 46 and later MU-90, or depth charges, mines, or bombs. Sensors: Iguana radar, ARAR-13 ESM, ECM, FLIR, MAD, sonar buoys with DSAX-1 SODANG processing equipment, Link 11 in due course, Commons, Eland equipment optional. Here we can see one on patrol. And here's the 3D model. Tendard 4 p.m. Publication: Jane's Fighting Ships. Section: Shipborne Aircraft. Country: France. Title: Tendard 4 p.m. Role: photo reconnaissance and overwater surveillance, carrier-borne and land-based depending on needs. Specifications: operational speed Mach 1.02, service ceiling 49,000 feet, range 1,520 nautical miles. Armament and electronics: weapons, 2 Matra Magic 2 air-to-air missiles, sensors up to 5 cameras, DRAX-16, Barracuda jammer, ECM, and ESM. Here we can see one in flight, and here is the 3D model. SA-321G Superfrelin. Publication: Jane's Fighting Ships. Section: Shipborne Aircraft. Country: France. Title: SA-321G Superfrelin. Role: ASW helicopter, SSB, and escort. Specifications: operational speed 134 knots, service ceiling 10,000 feet, range 440 nautical miles. Armament and electronics: weapons, provision for 20mm gun, sensors, Omera ORB search radar. Here we can see a French Navy Superfrelin in flight. And no 3D model, apparently. Lynx Mark IV. Publication: Jane's Fighting Ships. Section: Shipborne Aircraft. Country: France. Title: Lynx Mark IV FN. Role: sole French ASW helicopter, all now of the Mark IV variant, embarked in destroyers and deployed on training tasks. Specifications: operational speed 125 knots, service ceiling 12,500 feet, range 320 nautical miles, armament and electronics, weapons, ASW, 2 Mark 46 Mod 1 or MU-90 in due course torpedoes, or depth charges. Sensors, Omera 31 search radar, Alcatel DUAV-4 dipping sonar, sonobuoys, and MAD. Here we can see a picture of one in flight, and the 3D model. SA-365 Dauphine, publication Jane's Fighting Ships, section Shipborne Aircraft, country France, title SA-365F Dauphine 2, role carrier-borne search and rescue, specifications operational speedborne 65 knots, service ceiling 16,700 feet, range 483 nautical miles, accommodation 2-man crew, cabin can hold 10 passengers, armament, weapons, unarmed. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Some of the hit zones can be a little finicky, as you can see there. So there's one. Looks like it's conducting some sort of, perhaps a rescue operation for training. And here is the 3D model. AS-565 Panther, publication Jane's Fighting Ships, section Shipborne Aircraft, country International, title AS-565 MA Panther, role carrier-borne search and rescue, specifications operational speed 165 knots, service ceiling 16,700 feet, range 483 nautical miles, accommodation 2-man crew, cabin can hold 10 passengers, armament and electronics, weapons unarmed, sensors, Baron radar. There we can see a color photo of one. Very nice photo, actually. And here is the 3D model. Which, maybe it's just me. Yeah, it's the same model as the Dauphine. SA-319 Alouette, publication Jane's Fighting Ships, section Shipborne Aircraft, country France, title SA-319B Alouette 3, role ASW helicopter used for liaison in peacetime, wartime role includes commando assault, ASW, ASVW, reconnaissance, carrier-based search and rescue, utility and support to commando forces. Specifications operational speed 113 knots, service ceiling 10,500 feet, range 290 nautical miles. Here we can see a photo of one and the in-game 3D model. This has to be one of the oldest looking helicopters still in service. Next to, is it the Gazelle I'm thinking of? That also looks kind of old. They don't even have the Gazelle in this list, I don't think, unless it's in like... Nope. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. But yeah, that is France's aircraft. So next time we'll be doing all of Germany's platforms because it looks short enough that I can do that in one sitting. So with that, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time and stay safe out there and we'll see you then.